All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, gonna start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth. This is the brother Lahab coming to you with another lesson. All right, man. The title of this lesson is gonna be uh, we've been in world in WW3, but this is escalation. We've been in WW3, but this is escalation. All right, because as we see, things are ramping up, and it's because it's all prophetic. That the Most High, whether you choose to believe that or not, uh, uh, you know, even scientists are saying that people were designed for worship, and I believe it was either Korea or some type of Asian nation, that scientifically proved that there is such thing as a power. All right. And yes, that power, that God, that ruler, that the creator of everything, he left a book. And that book is just certain events that are taking place in today's time, man. And it's always been that way. All right. Aside from people, in ancient times going and searching after mediums and witches and psychics and things of that nature, there was also a true power, a true God that had control over all those things, man. All right, and then which you go into the history, Esau always he'll mention these things, and somehow that gets to people's mindset, but then they'll completely still it'll make them overlook and say, well, how do I know my beliefs are true? You know, but aside from that, this is prophetic. I'm gonna get the scriptures to prove it. But it says U.S. forces wipe out Chinese and Russian air defense systems in Venezuela. All right, and this is also leading up to you know uh I believe China trying to get Taiwan, uh, Denmark trying to get Greenland, so it's starting to turn into a world's war. Like it's basically a land grab. All right, and I'm gonna get that in the scriptures, and it says that as well, man. All right, and everybody sees that America, under the small hats, they're trying to grab every land, including some of their brothers' lands, man. All right, because they're warring with other Edomites. All right, but that's that Carduceus snake, man. All right, that this world is gonna be brought down, you know, starting with America. All right, the age of this wickedness. All right, because that's what you need. You get the phrase, the world is ending. This age is ending. And we're coming into a new. But this world is gonna be brought down by, ultimately our power, our God. But He's gonna use another Edomite nation to do it. All right, they're gonna all shoot missiles on each other, man, because Esau is that violent man, as well as other nations are gonna participate. All right, but at the same time, it's mainly a Edomite mindset that hey, this guy is the destroyer of worlds. Beware the beast man, who will not only destroy his home but yours also. All right, that's what this is all leading up to, man. That the Medes and Persians, the Persians are about to invade this place. The Medes being the Russians. All right, Ra'ashar. Sounds a lot like Russia. U.S. forces have shattered the core of Venezuela's Russian and Chinese supplied air defenses in a riot coordinated campaign that cleared the skies for follow on strikes, special operations within minutes, systems that Caracas, talking about Venezuela, had touted as a Russian shield against American power were blinded, jammed, or physically destroyed. But also, they're not talking about the 12 ships. This was in retaliation to Russia taking 12 ships and the process of them taking something else. I forgot exactly what it was, but yeah, it's just lick for lick, man. They're both passing licks, man. It went from pushing, all right, to licks being, being passed, man. All right, people invading different airspaces, you know, and that's what they're trying to say, that America steady trying to look like this guy that is not no more, man. People have seen you as weak in these other nations. Hey, guess what? They have big armies as well, man. All right, they're well trained and defenses as well, man. You know, and you don't want a war with any of these nations, but it's looking like that's what it's gonna be because you're trying to war with with people like Venezuela, and they're ready for that, man. All right, they're ready for the jungle warfare, man. They don't need time. But that's how you know that there's going to be an invasion in America. Eventually, there is going to be troops on the ground in this place, man. All right, we talk about the UN troops all the time that's going to invade this place, man, and collect. All right, but I'm gonna get some scriptures. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. What? Their craft, all right, their wickedness, all right, which is what? This new world, enterprise that they're trying to bring, which is having total control, having the ability to know where everyone is at once, to control how much the person can eat or not eat, all right? How a certain person basically like they're the most high. Like it's a whole total Sims game that they control, man. All right. His kingdom on earth. All right. Eve's kingdom, not the most high's kingdom, is what he's trying to bring, man. And that's the problem that the most high has with this man. Because he's trying to re-coordinate everything in his image and not after the image of the most high. And that's the reason why nothing's working. All right. You know? Because what does it say in let me get it. Yes, the Psalms 82 and 5 says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth out of the course. Why? Because nobody's following the correct ways according to Yahweh Shemi Shai. But it was designed that way because this world was always meant to be destroyed, man. That's the reason why you have the basis of man in control right now. All right? But this man is coming down with great wrath, trying to deliver, this world domination. Basically, that's all it is, man. Under the allegiance of the small hats, man. All right. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. All right. And these other nations aren't going, man. All right. And they see the type of person that you are that's willing to get things done. You'll do anything. Which, hey, brothers were talking about, all these different Edomites, they read these different types of books that go into the laws of power and dog eat dog. They believe it's certain books that talk about killing your successor, your mentor who you learned everything from, your sensei. All right. These guys are dark lords, man. All right. And they're about to come down with great wrath. But so is the Most High. All right. Uh, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Because he's coming with full force, man. Notice, it's been just ongoing more than often, man. Especially this in the beginning of the year, the end of the year. It's just been continuous, you know. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he hath but a short time. It didn't say it was going to be light wrath. It's going to be great. All right. It goes into this wrath being so great because the Most High is going to step in, but it's going to be so great that Michael the Archangel is going to stand up. And it's going to be so much as a time like it was never before. And there's never been an account of something like that in history. All right. And people, you've had recordings of and surveys of people seeing strange signs or anything, but whether people want to choose to believe that or not, those things exist. All right. but you've never heard anyone say that this great event has happened yet. There's been some terrible things that have happened on the face of the earth, but what's about to happen is about to turn everyone's stomach, man. All right, and the simplest way of putting that, all right, the lightest way of putting it, not to even make light of it, because, hey, man, since people have made light the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, he's about to make light of your life. All right, you know. So if anything, this is a mark towards being wicked and following after this world, because hey, the Lord is about to unleash this monster E, man, with all his different designs on how he don't want to fail, man. But nonetheless, I was reading this in Isaiah the 21st chapter. This is Isaiah 21:1. It says, "The burden of the desert of the sea as whirlwinds and the south pass through, so it cometh from the desert, from a terrible land." Right? Talking about Ishmael, man. The Lord's gonna put that spirit back in them because that's still ongoing, man. They're trying to come after Iran now, and it's good. They're saying it much more boldly to let it be known because these guys are, hey, when all else fails, they believe in relying on that Talmud, which is to tell your enemy that you're gonna destroy them before you take them down, you know, or kill them. And that's the reason why they're saying it much more boldly now. They used to just have it in shows, but now they're declaring it. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Go up, O Elam. Besiege, O Media. All the sign thereof have I made to cease. Right? Because these nations, those brown nations have been getting hell put on them for decades, man. All right? So now they're about to be supplied with the power to fight back, which is they're gonna have the Moabs and the Edoms, whatever types of the Satans, whatever types of ballistic missiles that Russia supplies them with, man. All right, because although Iran has they've declared war and they don't have strong nuclear capabilities, it's nothing for them to do dealings with Iran, man. All right, which is gonna also impact the economy, and destroy this paper dollar and get us to this digital system, which that digital system is going to help get us further into war. All right, because the Most High said he promised that he would have a war with Amalek from generation to generation. 17. Yeah, this is Exodus chapter 17, verse 13. And Joshua, whose name would have been Yahushua, the Ephraimite son of Nun, discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek. But Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nashai. I think that's how you would say that. Make sure this is still recording. For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord Yahweh will war with Amalek from generation to generation. So, hey, it's gonna be a continuous war. This being the end. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it. They follow it. All right. They're gonna try to go into that land. Let me go back to that Isaiah, because I don't think I was done with it. They're gonna try to go into that land, and they're gonna have issues, man. All right. Therefore are my loins filled with pain,
pains have taken hold upon me. As the pains of a woman that travaileth, I was bowed down at the hearing of it. I was dismayed at the seeing of it. Isaiah 21:4. My heart panted, fearfulness affrighted me. The night of my pleasure hath he turned into fear unto me. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise, ye princes, anoint the shield. For thus hath the Lord Yahweh said unto me, Go and set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth. And he saw a chariot with a couple of horsemen, and a chariot of asses, and a chariot of camels, and he hearkened diligently with much heed. And he cried, A lion, my Lord. I said continually upon the watchtower in the daytime, I am set in my ward whole nights. And behold, here cometh the chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and the graven images of her gods hath he broken unto the ground. So this is what's about to do to this place, man. All right, there's not going to be a medium for this place, man. There's not going to be a warlock or a wizard. All right. Monthly prognosticator, anybody that's going to declare that Babylon is going to have a great time anymore, because this place is not going to be anymore. We're coming to the end of the line of this place. And your seers, your overseers, Salaki, your overseers of Babylon have realized this, and that's the reason why they're trying to find a way out, or they're trying to find a way so that they can rule forever and never be judged. And that's just not going to happen. All right, but they're willing to do whatever it takes to try to make that happen. But you can't undo the ways of the Most High. And the Most High has shown you that with the things that they've tried to undo, all you've done is destroy things when you do that. All right, you're not undoing anything, you're just destroying it in a different way. All right, but guess what? The Most High is only going to let you destroy things for oh so long, and then he's going to say that's enough. And he's starting to say that. That's the reason why you see the so-called UFOs circling this place. All right, you see everything that you set up going down the drain. Everybody's starting to realize it's getting closer. We're starting to cut out all the other people, and the picture's starting to become much more clear that it is you, Esau, Edom, that is responsible for all the wickedness that is done in the face of the earth. All right, not negating any personal bad deeds that anyone else does, and saying that they have an excuse, but you're behind it. You're behind it all. So you yourself have the ability to stop these things. But to let wickedness continue because you made a profit, you will be judged for it. All right. Well, you know, with that, I'm going to end this lesson off. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakadash. And I'll say this also. It's also because of prophecy, because of all the other nations, and because the Most High only is dealing with Jacob, you know, but right now the elect of Jacob, of Israel, you know, you still is going to go into slavery. It's just now you got to be destroyed for your wickedness, man. All right, for putting your hand on us, for doing everything that you've done. But with that, I'm going to say, Kwame Asherala, Shalom, and above the ball.